What's up, guys? Mr. Wicked Shot back again here with another video. And in today's video, we'll be conducting a First and Second Amendment audit at the Caruthersville Public Library. We'll be checking up on these guys, see if they respect my right to take video and open carry in public, which I'm right now in the parking lot. And I'll be going inside and going around, looking at stuff and taking videos of what I'm allowed to video, and see if they respect those rights and try to give me any issues. And right now it's not very busy. There's not a lot of cars and stuff, but there are patrons inside, and eventually I'll be going in. And just so you guys can see that I am open carrying right there. And yeah, so by now you guys know my approach. Typically, before I go in, I always like to talk to management, not asking permission, because I don't need permission, but my style is to give heads up. And the reason why I do that is because I don't like talking to people. I don't like confrontation, and I feel like giving heads up is a good way at dispelling fears and preventing confrontation, because as long as those guys know what I'm doing, if someone is not sure and they go in and they try to cause a problem, they'll shut that down. They'll let them know that, hey, he's allowed to do it, that's fine, just do your stuff, and he'll do his things, and that's it. And that's why I do it. But just so that you guys know, just because you give them the heads up does not always mean it will be interpreted and given back to you in a respectful manner. They might still don't like what you're doing, like you've seen in some of my other videos where I give the public servants, let them know what I'm doing, go to my way to kind of quell the fear, and they still act like a Karen and try to be disrespectful, mean, rude, all that stuff. So yeah, it doesn't always mean, but that's just my style, because it proves that I'm not out there for clicks and trying to get confrontation or have the cops be calling me. I'm trying to just do an educational exercise to show people that there's other ways of getting the message and making a point, and this is my way of doing it. So yeah, hope you guys appreciate that, and hope you will appreciate the video and the time I take to do it. And right now it's cold, it's very cool. It's like, so if the camera is shaking, yes, because I'm cold. I like the cool, but this cold is a little bit different, and it's, yeah. So it's around 40 degrees right now, but because of the wind, it feels like, low 30s. So yeah, and we've been, all weather is weird in the mid-south, in the central US pretty much, Tornado Alley. We get one day it might be cold as ice, the next day it'll be, springtime again, in fall season. It just goes back and forth. So today is one of those days, and yeah, that's what I'll be doing here. And yeah, I'll be going in shortly and talking to the directors or the manager or supervisor, whoever runs this place, let them know what I'm about to do, and make it be known that, hey, I am not asking for permission. I'm letting you guys know as a courtesy that I'm doing this, and that's pretty much gonna be the end of it. So yeah, again, if you guys like the video, if you guys appreciate what I'm doing, like the video, share, and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys. Enjoy the video.
to recognize Old Glory.
Waving in the breeze. So I'm about to go in. So I'm going back to my car because obviously you can't carry that in. So I did some stuff outside and I'm just gonna go in and let them know what's going on, and that should be it, so stay tuned, guys. Morning. So I am an independent journalist here gathering content for a story to show how public officials, public servants treat the public in our county, and pretty much how they go about their day. How the taxpayers' funds being spent, stuff like that, and see if you guys, respect people's rights, stuff like that.
Okay, you need to talk to our director. She's like the boss of what she's. So, and her office is the second door on the right.
Oh, she's here. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I don't want it sound. How can I put this? I don't want it to sound condescending. I'm not asking for permission. I'm basically in the courtesy to let them know.
Right, and she would be the one that you would need to let know.
Okay.
Yeah, because if somebody has a situation that they're not comfortable with,
That's who they go to. Oh, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Her name's Mrs. Tidwell.
Tidwell?
Tidwell.
Tidwell, okay. And what's your name?
My name is Kay.
Okay,
Snow.
and my name is Marlon. First door you said?
Second door.
Second
on the
door.
right.
On the right. Okay, thank you. Second. Hello, how you doing? Awesome. I appreciate your welcomeness and professionalism. So I am an independent journalist. I go around to public buildings and gather content for stories for the public to let them see how public servants and public officials treat the public when they're coming to do business, how the taxpayers' dollars is being spent, if you guys respect their rights, kind of just see how it goes, how you guys react to the press, how you guys react to the public. Typically, the guys that do what I do, they call themselves auditors.
Right.
They don't tend to give the heads up because they want an organic reaction. Because they feel like if they let the cat out of the bag, then that might adjust how you guys treat them. So most of the time, they prefer to just go in and just record because they know they're allowed to, but not everyone is aware of it. And some do it because they want that engagement, and most of the time the engagement is nervousness or um, aggressive because people don't know. But my approach is a little bit different because I'm not looking for confrontation or to cause fear or have any malicious intent in people's minds. So I prefer to let the management and stuff let them know what I'm doing before I go out and do it, because what that does is if you guys know what I'm doing and the general public comes in and say they're probably confused, they don't know, you guys, because you guys are already aware what I'm doing, you're able to dispel their fear and say, okay, he's doing what he's allowed to do. And
How long would you be filming?
usually I don't film for more than longer than 10-15 minutes.
I mean, I'll interrupt you here. Actually, our board does have a policy against the whatever auditors, because when those first started coming around, the libraries were real nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so our board put into place a policy to not allow them to just come in and start filming. But because you've been so polite to talk to us about it,
Yeah.
and since it's only 10 or 15 minutes,
Yeah.
I think we can certainly
Okay.
allow you.
Okay. There's a lot of
Misunderstanding.
misinformation out there,
Yes.
and it's pretty much just an exercise, a right to let people understand that this right is the first one in the Constitution. You got armed men and women overseas dying so that you can exercise those rights. So if you can exercise them or take the time to teach, the public about these rights, they're just dying for nothing.
First Amendment auditors. That's
Yes.
the name.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly. Yeah.
We had a policy against it, but I'm going to overrule that policy. Because
Awesome.
because
My viewers are
of
gonna love you.
Your politeness and your transparency
Yeah.
with us. And plus, we have nothing to hide.
Exactly,
We had
exactly.
Yesterday, we had the Secretary of State of Missouri
Really?
here
Wow.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That would have been awesome to catch on video
Yes.
too. So you said the board had a policy to cut that. Is there any particular reason for that? Well,
Because at the time when it first came out about First Amendment audit,
Okay.
all the libraries in the state were very nervous about it.
oh,
And a lot of them are, bigger libraries
Mhm.
are more closed up, I would say. The
Yeah.
administration, you
Yeah.
couldn't just walk into the office and talk to them.
right.
But because we are who we are, and because we're so open to our community, I
Right,
mean,
right,
we're the first place people think of in this town. for
right.
help.
And it should be like that too, because it's public.
And like with the closure of all the agencies
Mhm.
because of COVID,
Yeah,
people have depended on us to
Right.
fill out the various forms and
Yeah.
social security information and
Yeah.
so on. So we're some of these people's best friends.
yep,
Plus, we offer the homeless of the community a place to come and get warm or get cool in the summer.
Oh, that's awesome.
We
Okay.
give them snacks if they're hungry.
Wow.
We,
You guys are really after people, pretty much. Like,
we are. We realize we are a main service in our community, and we want to make the most of that.
right. Because at the end of the day, I think you guys pretty much had, recognize that, hey, these people, their tax dollars pay us and our salaries. So it's like being rude to your boss and not being appreciative of your boss. So that's kind of what you like to see.
Absolutely.
And
Well, you just do what you need to do. 'Cause,
Mhm.
I mean, I was.
and I
going
was
to
letting
your-
her know as well, just in
Yes.
case someone might say, is he going to be looking into us up? Like, I'm not interested in what the patrons are doing.
Yeah.
You won't ever see me over
Right,
somebody's
'cause
shoulder.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
don't shoot what they're doing on
Yeah.
the computer.
Right, because that by
Right.
itself is a violation anyway.
Yes.
And one thing I wanted to because we don't have to agree on everything, right? But the thing about it is we understand where each other is coming from.
Yes.
And another thing, and I understand why you guys might have probably put a block on these auditors, especially after hearing, your reason. So typically when they hear an argument like that where you say, we have our policy, because these guys, what they're trying to do is remind people that every building can have their policy, but the law always comes before
First
policy.
Amendment, right.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they'll try to push back on it and say, yeah, you can have a policy saying don't wear a black hat.
Yeah.
But if it's my right to, you can't stop me from wearing it. That policy is more in place for people that work there. They have to follow that policy because you're under that regime, if you want to call it that. But for the public citizen that pays for the building, it's like I said, telling your boss, hey boss, you can't wear that shoes to work. You pay me, it's your building, but
I think it wasn't so much the letting you in to observe, it was the filming.
it was the filming. Okay.
I think that was the issue with the libraries. They just didn't want them in filming things.
Okay.
Because they felt like it would, because if people call up here and say, is Joe Blow at the library? We cannot tell them that because that violates people's privacy.
Right.
To go where, if somebody comes up here and is hiding out from an abusive spouse.
Yeah.
We cannot.
You're not allowed to
that they're
give that
here.
out. Yeah.
So that was the issue, the filming. more
Okay.
than-
Yeah. You might have
You
seen
do
a couple.
have a right to come in a public library.
Yep.
But
So and doesn't that sound a little bit strange, knowing that even though you have the right to come in, but the right cuts off if you're filming, even though it's like public, because wherever the public's allowed, basically the camera is allowed because the camera is basically an extension of your body.
But then where does your privacy?
The privacy ends at
I mean-
private.
Well, that's what I mean. The people that are in here expecting privacy, where does that end?
I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people don't know the rule and the law on that. And the law on that is there's no expectation of privacy in public.
Just a second, let me talk to
Yes.
this lady. I found something else interesting for you.
Is that the one I'd already gone through?
No,
once before?
that's Teresa Gallagher. I've had that in my office, so any things you might need or to put in plastic folders out of that.
I went and bought more plastic sleeves the other day.
Good,
So,
good.
All right, thank you, and I'll talk to you later.
And there's no rush on that.
Okay.
Yes. So the Supreme Court rule on it is that there's no expectation of privacy in public. And the reason why they did that is because it's like if you're in public and somebody's telling you can't look on Walmart because it's a private company. It's like telling you can't look. As long as you're standing in somewhere where you're allowed to be, you're allowed to take photos or you can look. But in private, that's a whole different ballgame. But it's not something that's known and exercised a lot. So the misconception would be, okay, even if you're in public, you're still expected to have privacy. But the law on it is there's no expectation of privacy in public because you're in public. So if you want privacy, what they normally say is you stay at
Well,
home.
and I understand
But
what you're saying.
but I
the
get your
abusive-
point too.
The abusive spouse
Yeah.
would come up here and walk in the door and look for himself
yeah,
to see if the lady was here or the man, whoever's getting abused.
yeah,
But we can't tell them on the phone.
Right.
We have to observe their privacy.
right.
And that's the reason I'm nervous about you filming our patrons' faces.
Right. And where the auditor is different, some try to tread the line, even though they know, even if you know that you're allowed to, then it's your right. There's a difference about being courteous and respectful, and that's where I come in. My approach is because I'm not trying to cause any fear and have people feel uncomfortable. I usually go out of my way, so like what you see now, like I'll blur the faces or I don't even film them because I'm pretty much just looking for stuff
The
like
situation, the atmosphere.
the atmosphere, just
Yeah.
basically seeing when somebody comes in,
Yes.
how they're greeted, stuff like that. Because I'm not doing this for the money reason. I'm doing it for educational purpose.
So as long as we have a good atmosphere, we're not going to get bad publicity
Nope.
or have you say that we're racist or anything.
Right. Or
Because we're not.
yeah, just the fact that you even said, you know what, even though we have this policy, the fact that you go out of your way to,
Yes.
be transparent and let me know what you're doing. So if a patron comes in, I already know what you're doing, so I can tell them, and then
Right.
that quells their fear, and then they also learn something new. So, oh, I didn't know you could even do that. Because, like I said, a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know before, because you probably can tell I'm not originally from America, but but I am American. So
Where
it's
are you from?
Jamaica.
Really?
Yes, son of Bob Marley. Yeah. Not really, but but yeah. So
A symbolic.
yes,
but-
yes. So I've been here for at least like 20 years,
Wow.
and one of the things that I was fascinated with was the Constitution, the amendment, because I've been all over the world, and I'll tell you what, you guys don't know how good that thing is. It's the only that document is not found anywhere else in the world where it gives the citizens so much power and gives them the right to do a lot of things that a lot of countries, even non-communist countries like China and all that stuff, even just the regular countries don't give their citizens those
Right,
kind of powers. So
right,
it's
right.
like only in America that I saw that document, and to become a citizen, you have to kind of study, about the history of the country. And I'm like, yeah, this document is pretty insane. Your right to bear arm, your right to be secure in the places from search, and a lot of stuff. I'm like, you don't have those basic right that we take for granted here.
Right.
You go somewhere else, you'll see how good they have it. Some of those people that are anti-America, even though they're living off America, send them somewhere, and you see how much they appreciate. So okay, you know what? It's not that bad over here, and
Yeah.
so that's why I do it. I want people to see
Well, that's good.
what it's really like and understand that you have to appreciate these right, man. You're taking them for granted. It's just like a muscle. You don't use it, you lose it.
Now, my next question would be, would we be able to, like, if you're gonna make a film or a piece or whatever you do with
Mhm.
it, like, if they're gonna make a feature story, let's call it, about us, will we get a copy of it to be able to see it?
Oh yeah, you could. I would give you the if you want the YouTube channel, my
Okay,
YouTube channel, so
yeah.
you can see it on there,
Okay.
and you'll see other videos as well, and it'll help you understand. It'll answer some of your questions about the privacy and stuff like that, and you'll see. And this will be a good example. If I was able to go to the police station, the justice center, all of those places that I went to, and did the same thing that I did here, and they didn't stop me or try to, then there's no way here would be different.
Yes.
But it's still for me about making sure I go about it respectful. So even though they allowed it, and I know I can do it here, because I'm not trying to have any.
Pushy.
Right. I still.
Did they let you, like, go and film the people that were incarcerated?
No. So the cutoff for them was to seem like here, you're only allowed in the public access area. So you guys, because I'm pretty sure you guys have authorized area only for just workers. So that's the cutoff point. I couldn't go anywhere where the public wasn't allowed. But I was even at one point, because I do open carry exercise just to show people these right and how they go about doing it respectful. So I'd go even to the justice center, and I'll be open carrying outside.
Wow.
And they'll come out and they'll be respectful, no issues. And also it's just to show people that the narrative that they're seeing on the news right now about, hey, America hasn't made any progression since the 50s. It's still being run. Everybody's racist, and all cops out there trying to kill it.
So you're trying to break down stereotypes.
Exactly.
right.
And that's what you'll see on my channel. You'll see a lot of those videos, like a lot of cop interaction, how they react to me, how they treat me.
What is your site called?
Mr. Wicked Shot,
Spell that for me.
MRWICK.
Like the word wicked?
Yep, ED. Yeah. Shot.
S-H-O-T?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
HD.
H-D.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And,
thank you.
Yeah. And so the other thing I forgot to mention, I will at some point be open carrying on the outside. And obviously I'm not going to try to carry inside, because that's common sense, but I usually do that on the public area outside, because you already know Missouri is an open state carry anyway.
It is.
So
And I would just caution you, don't let anybody grab it.
no.
Take it away.
My thing is to not
They
even
might
have anyone
try.
approach me.
Yeah.
So if someone is trying to approach me, I usually kind of try to have them give me distance or stuff like that. But so far, I've gone all across the boot hill. I've done the DMV, I've done the library in Kennett, I've done the post office. All of them has been perfect, just like this one. I only had one small flaw, but 99% of them, everybody was no one was acting like they're scared of the shadow. Say, oh my God, there's a guy with a gun. No one. Probably it's because of my approach and my demeanor as well. They don't sense any reason to be fearful. Say, okay, this guy is not the least harmful person out there.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that I felt the trend carried on here.
Yes.
So this is what I do it for, because people don't see the good stuff on TV. They don't see public servants respecting people and being
Right.
honest and supportive and stuff like that. They see the negative. So you
Yes.
believe that's what all America look like. And that's why I do it. And even the cops themselves that wasn't too sure or uneasy about what I'm doing, once they found out what I'm doing, they say, okay, so you're basically showing people
Yeah.
that there's good guys out there, like 95% of them. I'm like, yeah. And then they're like,
Absolutely.
they love it. They love it.
Yeah.
As you might know, negativity sells more than good stuff.
Yeah.
But we can't have them keep pushing that stuff because they're trying to break the country. And that's why I go about doing stuff like this. It tells me that I'm doing it the right way. And you confirmed it as well. Basic
Right.
by overriding the boards.
Thank you so much for coming in and talking with me.
No
and
problem.
I'll definitely look for the video.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
well,
Thank you again.
so
What's your
much.
name again?
Teresa
And
Tidwell.
my name is Marlon.
I'm the
Marlon. And
director of the library.
director. Okay. Have a good one, okay?
Okay, you too.
Miss K? I appreciate you being very professional. The people are gonna love you. I want to highlight the good. Let the stars shine and the snowflakes melt. And I hope you keep that same energy. Your director was just as cordial as yourself and professional, and it made sense. Usually if the top's good, it kind of trickles down. So,
And out at the back, there's a pond that has fish in them. So
oh, the public's allowed back there too?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, they just go out the back door and there's fish out there. We let the kids like to feed the fish.
Wow. Okay, I've never been back there. I thought it was like just for authorized personnel only.
No.
Wow. Okay, that's nice.
Also, behind those double doors
Mm-hmm.
is a theater that seats 105 people,
What? Back here?
and we show a movie every Sunday afternoon at 1:30, and it's free to the public.
No way. This area fits 100 people?
We also a lot of the
Wow.
Pictures.
This is clean.
and the screen comes down from the top, and the projector comes down from the top. It's like a
This is as clean as a theater in Kennett. And the screen's the same size as well. That's insane. I would have.
And we have people that do aerobics on the stage. We have presentations for different communities that use the stage.
Oh.
We have, there's a lady that was doing a dance troupe, and her girls would practice and use the stage.
Wow. So the movies that they show here, is it like the newest movies or?
There's some of the newer movies.
Oh.
But they're just grown-up movies
Just-
because we can't really supervise children.
Oh,
We
that's
don't have
that's
enough
even
staff
better.
for that.
That's even
So,
better.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's very awesome.
Wow. But it's only on Sundays, is it right?
Sunday afternoon, Friday.
Okay. What's the show time?
1:30.
1:30.
Miss Teresa does, and on the back here, these are the movies that are coming up in November.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask, if they have like a showing for like the movies coming. That is. Oh, for a second I thought if anything it might have been like only kids movie because it's a library, so you're gonna assume.
No,
That's
we
nice.
don't have the staff to supervise kids' movies.
That is nice.
So these are grown-up movies.
That's awesome, and that's free. Yeah. No. Yeah. This got to be seen. Yeah, I can't wait for this video to hit YouTube. I gave her my YouTube channel so she could see it, so you guys could see how people interpret and receive you guys' professionalism. And yeah, I am stunned. I did the Kennett Library as well, and I thought they had probably the best one so far, but this knocks it out of the park. A theater inside the library, and the outside. Yeah, I gotta get videos.
These paintings were done by a local artist. Her name's Penny Brantley.
Local.
She grew up here, but she's a
Oh.
nationally known. Actually,
Oh.
she's internationally known.
Oh, kind of like Sheryl Crow. I think Sheryl Crow was born in
She's from
Kennett.
Kennett. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. That's awesome. I like, man, that's such a nice touch that you guys have local artwork in the local library. That's insane. That's how you show respect to the public
Yeah.
and appreciation. That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
We have, there's a lady that comes in and we get puzzles and I don't think she's gonna be in today. She finished this one yesterday.
Oh,
So they do 1,000-piece puzzles and then we'll box it back up and put it on a cart for people to take if they want to take.
that is nice.
Yeah, these are magazines.
Hmm.
And these are local newspapers. The Pembroke Press is Caruthersville. The State Gazette is Dyersburg. And then we have Portageville, and we have Blyville, and Osceola, and Donkin Ripley.
Wow. You said there's fishes in here? Oh, I see. Yes. I used to buy those fishes and keep them as pet when I was younger. That's awesome.
It's nice in the spring, and it's all pretty today, but
Yeah.
you know, we have tables, you can have a picnic and bring a book out and read, or
And it's always been since the library was made. This section was always here from the beginning. Wow. I would have thought it was an add-on.
There are gates, there's a drive-through. Keep those locked, so you have to come through the
From
library
the
to
front.
get out here.
Yeah.
Because we
That's a
don't
good
want-
idea.
Well, liability, kids
Yeah.
come back here and get in the pond and get hurt.
Oh,
You
okay.
know,
I
so-
like these touches here. There's memorials. Is that of workers that used to work here? Oh,
Ones
that's
that
nice.
That the directors of the library.
Oh, that's nice. So I noticed the fire station had the same thing. They had like little plaques outside that had tributes. Yeah, that is.
Mr. Van Alsdale gave a significant amount of money to get this pavilion built.
Okay, is he the person that started the library?
No, but he appreciated it.
Okay.
And when they moved to this location in 2002, he endowed us with some money to build an outside pavilion for people.
That is awesome. Wow.
So yeah, you're just.
That is awesome. The piano, a nice touch. Do anyone come in and just, use it and stuff like that? Or
I would usually like to make sure that they know how to play.
yeah. Good idea. Yep. You don't
But
want people's
it
ears.
is also a CD player.
Oh,
So
right.
you can put a CD. We have CDs that you put in there, and then it moves.
Oh, that's
the
what this is
keys.
right here. Oh,
Moves
nice.
the keys, and a lot of times when, like for Halloween, we'll tell kids that it's a ghost planet, or
Ah,
at
that's
Christmas we tell
genius.
them that it's magic. And,
That's
because you
genius.
can see, you can raise that up, and then you can see the actual hammers and stuff hitting the
Oh,
strings.
so it would even move without anyone
Yeah,
touching.
yeah.
That's nice. I need to catch my kids with that.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Because I'm a little prankster. I like this to scare them.
Oh, okay.
But I've run out of ideas.
Uh-huh,
This
there you
this
go.
would be a nice one. Oh man.
Yeah.
That is great. Hey, I have to thank you again. The tour, they're gonna love this. Hey, come back to say goodbye. I couldn't leave your beautiful face without being able to tell you. I'm so happy. Because I'm not the type of guy that like confrontation.
Yes.
I love when it goes like this because it just makes it so much easier, you know, and
Absolutely.
so less stressful. And that's why I take my approach. Anyone that's looking for confrontation or just looking for issues, they're not gonna do what I do or do it the way I do it. So, you know, people might not agree with it, and they have their reason. They can say, okay, well, how you know they're treating you, they would have done any different if you didn't tell them. And
Right.
I'm like, no, because there's instances where I give the same heads up and they still don't. So it doesn't mean that they're gonna appreciate or respect what you're doing. So I think it's just, in my opinion, it's a better way. So, and you guys prove it again today. So thank you
so
again.
much.
You have a good one, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, guys. So that is it for the audit. I would definitely give these guys a pass, man. This is probably one of the best audits I've done. It kind of shows a trend so far. I've done so many places, so many public facilities, and 99% of the interaction has been well, only one bad interaction, and it was from a cop, of course. But yeah, but everything else has been good. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash the like button, share, and subscribe if you want more content from Mr. Wicked Shot. Hope you guys have a good one. Signing off. Peace.